Powers of X issue 1 heads back to year 1 of the X-Men, where a festival is happening. Charles Xavier himself finds a quiet moment to take it all in, soon approached by a woman, asking him if she can join him. Charles lets her sit, saying while he didn't think he would, he is actually enjoying the fair. The woman says that she was just walking through the fair, noting the caged beasts and the fortune teller who offered her up some cards, specifically that of the magician, the tower, and the devil. But then she saw Charles sitting there and she knew this was who she was looking for. The woman calls Charles the strong man card and she wondered why the strong man is smiling. Charles says that he was smiling because he recently had the most wonderful dream of a better world and his place in it. And the woman says it's not a dream if it's real, making Charles ask who she is, learning she is someone he knows. She tells him to read her mind and he does, learning she is indeed someone he knows. 10 years later, Mystique and Toad return to Krakoa, where Raven goes with the data that they stole in New York to Magneto. Eric wonders if Raven has noticed any of the changes Krakoa has been having on them, since it's a wellspring of hope for dreamers and true believers. He asks if Mystique dreams of success, but the mutant tells him about Sabretooth killing some guards and how that could make things difficult for them, but she did manage to get the goods. She doesn't hand it over right away, saying she has demands of her own, but Xavier arrives, wondering if helping mutant kind isn't enough for Raven Darkholme. She says it's not, and luckily Xavier knows she wants more, but it will cost her a few more favors. Taking the data stick, Xavier says that he is building a better mutant world, and everyone who would live in it owes something to him. 100 years later, two creatures look into the mind of a dying mutant, finding nothing left since the minds of the X-Men are wiped when they die. Luckily, the mutant Sire Lobel is still alive. The robot creature demands to know what her and her team stole from the Nexus and what they found in there, but Sire Lobel refuses to give up anything, causing the robot to call in a large sentinel in order to persuade the woman. Nearby, Rasputin telepathically tells her to hold on, but Sire Lobel tells her to leave since all of this would be for nothing if they don't escape. Cardinal tells Rasputin she's right, but the woman refuses to leave her friend. Cardinal says that he'll take the Black Seed back to Krakoa and he will wait as long as he can at the gateway, and if he doesn't see them, he will again once the world is remade yet again. Rasputin hopes Cardinal will pray for them as she activates her sword and heads into battle, killing the robot and protecting Sire Lobel from the oncoming fire as Cardinal activates the Black Seed and grows a gateway. Nothing is hurting Rasputin as the Sentinel attacks her, but she merely blows its arm apart with her sword. During the attack, the soldiers manage to capture Sire Lobel, planning on leaving with her as Rasputin fights her way through the army, but she is soon overwhelmed by the sheer number. At the Tower of Nimrod the Lesser, Sire Lobel is taken before Nimrod and his second in command, Omega, who asks the hunters what they need from Nimrod. The hunter says that the mutants made it into the Nexus and accessed the mainframe, with only one escaping, but the one they captured was once a hound. Nimrod approaches Sire Lobel, apologizing for what their hound breeding programs did to her, saying that they bred her not as a slave, but to betray her people. Nimrod is happy her people failed him, since bad ideas like them should die bad deaths. Sire Lobel says that she will erase him from existence, even if it takes 1,000 years, and Nimrod loves her spirit as Omega powers up her hand cannon, saying today isn't the day she does that, demanding the mutant tell her what she was looking for in the Nexus. Sire Lobel refuses, and one of the hunters suggests that they take her to the baths. Omega says that might work, but the AI bath might take years or even decades to sort through the right information. Omega, however, agrees to the bath, taking Sire Lobel to the containment chamber, and as she is sealed into it, Nimrod explains that the bath is a repository of sorts that has some biological cost for people who go into the machine unwillingly, as it will suspend her in a liquid that will distill her down to nothing but data, which is then looked at by the AI gatekeeper. Sire Lobel refuses to give up anything still, saying she isn't afraid as she is locked into the chamber. In the No Place hub, Rasputin and Cardinal soon return through to Krakoa, and Rasputin isn't happy Cardinal just stood by and watched as they meet with Wolverine, who wants to know what happened and if the people who were killed died for a reason. Cardinal says that they got what they need, so Logan takes them to see the old man. 1,000 years in the future, Sire Lobel is still being consumed by the machine in the archive of Nimrod the Greater. The librarian notes that there isn't anything he can do to prevent it, and there isn't enough soul to save or copy from Silo Bell. The Nimrod drone tells him it's not his fault, but the drone's, since he wasn't built to maintain the integrity of the library for a millennium. The librarian says Nimrod did what he was made to do, and who could have known how pointless and useless the war they recently fought would be, and how could anyone have seen the human-machine mutant war happen, and how it came to a surprising ending. The robot is happy humans are all gone, but the librarian doesn't think they are done with humans, since they can't ever be done with the past, since it's what a legacy is. In the preserve dome below, a new day dawns as some of the last humans take to the jungles, with the librarian hoping that humans never get dominion over anything ever again. Powers of X issue 1 was an even more insane issue than last week's House of X issue 1, as it heads into the futures and the pasts of the X-Men, with Jonathan Hickman looking like he wants to try and set up some type of coherent continuity for the mutants. I am absolutely all for that, and this issue gave us some really interesting looks at the new stuff he's injecting into the characters and new lore and stuff he's building in these books. The little buffer pages that kind of explain the lore are also really awesome, and again return this issue, and like House of X, it's great for new readers, especially for people like me who are familiar with X-Men but haven't read them properly in a long time. So it's great to see these sorts of things be laid out here, and it's even better for people who've never picked up an X-Men book, since it clearly explains everything. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching my newest video. If you enjoyed it, you might also like to check out my other reviews here on my channel. You can also follow me on various social media platforms like Twitter by searching Matt_FOS, or even join the Comic Multiverse Discord server and chat with other comic book fans, including myself and Joel from Cape Joel. Want cheap comics and trades? Head over to the book depository with the link in the description to get the cheapest trades and comics around, along with free shipping anywhere in the world. Until next time, this has been Matt of the Fortress of Solitude. Thank you so much for watching.